Hello everyone, it's Seri the Pixel Biologist, and we are here with a brand new challenge for Sims 3. We are going to be trying out, and I'm really excited about this, the 101 Dalmatians challenge. And this is actually something I've been wanting to do for several months, but I've seen a few awesome YouTubers like Sophie, for example, who I'll link to him below because she beat me to it and started recording this before. But yeah, I've been seeing more YouTubers start putting up the 101 Dalmatians challenge. I've been wanting to do a pet-based challenge in Sims 3 for quite a while, and this just seemed like the perfect way to transition from our awesome Wolf Quest series into a more open-ended series dealing with our fantastic doggy friends. So, this is going to be a custom edition of the 101 Dalmatians challenge. It's kind of a twist on the 100 Puppies challenge, and I have written up my own set of rules to try to follow so that we can really not only focus on trying to breed up 101 Dalmatians, but we can enjoy it with the classic Roger Darling and Anita Radcliffe and their dogs Pongo and Perdita from the Disney movies of 101 Dalmatians and all of the little sequels that it spawned. And we're also going to be focusing a bit on the Sims with their storyline, but giving the dogs plenty of room to develop and have their own skills as well. So I'm really excited about this. And real quick, I'm going to go over the custom rules, and they're going to be popping up on the screen here so you guys can follow along. The 101 Dalmatian challenge. The basic idea behind this challenge is that we are going to have our breeding dogs, Pongo and his mate Perdita, try to have 101 puppies. We are not going to be counting the breeding pair in when it comes to the number of Dalmatians, at least this time. We're going to see if we can hit 101 puppies specifically. The first big challenge we have to overcome is the fact that Roger Darling and his dog Pongo and Anita Radcliffe and her dog Perdita do not currently know each other. They are in two different parts of their new neighborhood and they're neighbors, but they haven't met each other yet and their dogs don't know each other yet. So I'm hoping that loyal Pongo might be able to bring Anita and Roger close together while he can also get close to Perdita. So the first challenge in our Dalmatian challenge is helping the couple fall in love and marry. So once they do that, then we can start having the dogs have puppies, but not until then. So we have to manage to pull off the human romance, have them marry before Pongo and Perdita can begin having their own puppies. Once they marry, the goal is to move out to the countryside as soon as possible so that Roger and Anita can have their own little farm. One of the parts of this challenge is that Roger and Anita may not have traditional jobs. They have to do things like write books, have a garden, maybe go play music in a park to be able to make their money. But beyond breeding their dogs, painting, doing things from home, they're not going to be able to go to a 9-to-5 job. They have to pretty much stay on their farm and try to make it pretty successful. For all I know, they might turn it into a real farm, or we might follow Roger's passion for music and end up making it more into a theater. So that could happen. Now the breeding pair must learn all 6 tricks and put on trick exhibition shows at some point in their life. They don't have to know all 6 tricks before they're able to start breeding and having puppies of their own, but they have to learn all 6 tricks and put on a trick exhibition show, or else there'll be a huge point penalty at the end of the challenge if they haven't learned that. Once they start having puppies, all puppies must be taught 1 trick before being sold or adopted out to another sim. And that could be anything from sit, shake, lay down, stay, whatever the trick may be. They have to know at least 1 trick before they're adopted out so that we can prove we have well-behaved, well-trained dogs and we're not just a backyard puppy breeder. We're going to try to do our best to take good care of all the dogs that we have. And on that note, all dogs must have their own bed, their own bowl, and their own toy. There's not going to be any dogs sleeping out in the cold or not having enough food to eat because there's not enough bowls. To prove that we're taking very good care of all of our Dalmatians, they all must have at least those basics: a bed, a bowl, and a toy. And if we do not have those basics, then it is a penalty of 1 point per day per dog who does not have a bed, a bowl, and a toy. So that's a pretty hefty penalty, but it means that we're going to take very good care of our dogs. And puppies must have a nice barn to live in when they're on the farm, or they have to be inside. They're not allowed to be just thrown into the backyard so that we have a big pen of puppies. They have to be comfortable, they have to be happy, they have to have nice places to sleep and eat and rest and play. And so that's kind of the basics. The point system is very simple. You get 1 point per puppy born, and you get 5 points per bottomless food bowl that you're able to purchase with the pet lifetime aspiration points, because that shows that you are taking very, very good care of your animals and that they're very happy. However, one of the challenges of this challenge is that you cannot use the bottomless food bowl. It is really hard to feed hungry puppies. I know from having helped to raise litters of puppies in the past, and one of the things that you end up structuring your day around is going out constantly every single day to refill that food and change the bedding and make sure the dogs are comfortable, happy, and well fed. So we're going to translate that into our challenge by not allowing the dogs to use bottomless food bowls. Anita, Roger, and whatever kids they may have in the future are going to have to really work hard to make sure their dogs are happy and well taken care of. Now there's also some awesome bonus points that try to explore more of what Pongo and Perdita, the puppies, could be working on in the future. 10 bonus points for each dog beyond the breeding pair who learn all 6 tricks. So if we decide to keep a puppy for some reason and train it up so it knows all 6 tricks, then we get 10 bonus points. We can keep that dog for as long as we want, or we could adopt it out. However, we can only have 1 breeding pair at a time. And you also get plus 10 bonus points for completing the Hunter Dog Skill Challenges. There's 3 challenges within the Hunter Dog Skill trait, and if you complete those challenges with your dogs, then you're able to count that as 10 points right there. So that's a really great bonus. You also get 10 points for each completed statue that your dog constructs using their hunter challenge skills. So the dogs can use a sniff out for specimens or sniff out for collectibles skill, and they can sometimes bring home different pieces to statues. And once you collect all 3 pieces per statue, it creates a nice little statue that you can have. So for each completed statue that we're able to collect, it is plus 10 points. And you also get plus 1 point for each non-destructive, neat, and friendly trait learned by the puppies. So that's a really positive, awesome thing to look forward to. So if you can train the dogs to be happy and friendly and tidy by making them non-destructive, neat, and friendly, then you get an extra point, and it can stack on top of the puppy. So if you can make a puppy learn its tricks and also gain those traits, you can earn a lot of points. Now there's also penalties, because we want to make sure that we have something pushing against us so that we take good care of all of these dogs. One of the hardest penalties that we're going to have to struggle with in the future is that each time fleas are spread to more than 3 Sims or dogs on the lot, it is a negative penalty per day that more than 3 creatures have fleas. And if you have 6 creatures that have fleas, it stacks so that it's -2 every day that you have those creatures have fleas. It doesn't matter if it's 3 Sims, it doesn't matter if it's just 3 puppies, it doesn't matter if it's 1 Sim, 2 dogs. As long as 3 creatures have fleas on the lot, it's a penalty point per day, and it will stack if you have 6, if you have 9, if you have 12, you're in big trouble. So a flea infestation is a big deal that can really hurt, with a heavy penalty as time goes on. You also get -1 point for each destructive, aggressive, or noisy trait that the puppies learn. So even though we're going to have a lot of puppies to deal with in the future, we're going to have to really work hard to stay on top of them and make sure that they don't indulge in those kinds of destructive, aggressive, or noisy behaviors and learn the noisy, aggressive, or destructive traits, because that's going to count, and those stack too. So if you end up with a destructive, aggressive, noisy dog, that's -3 points right there. You also get -10 points for each dog that is rehomed without a trick. For some reason, if we have to in the future rehome a puppy or a dog or sell it before it learns at least 1 trick, then that's -10 points. So that's a really hefty penalty. We want to make sure that we're taking good care of our dogs and sending out high quality dogs. So if they haven't learned anything, you're in trouble. It's a big penalty. And finally, it is -5 per dog per use of the Young Again potion. And that is mostly to give us a challenge to try to do this very quickly. We are going to leave aging on, and we are going to try to condense this into hopefully keeping Roger and Anita, Pongo and Perdita around, so it'll be on epic length of age. But if we have some difficulty with pulling that off, and for some reason we have to use the Young Again potion, we will take a hit for that. But hopefully any of the hunting skills and any of the statues that we've gathered in the meantime will help us balance that out. So those are the basics of the rules. I'm really excited to dive into this challenge. As I said, we're going to begin with Roger Darling and his dog Pongo, and the very first challenge in this series of challenges is to go and meet Anita Radcliffe and her dog Perdita and see if we can make love flourish. So I will see you guys when we start in, and if you want to see the 101 custom Dalmatian challenge that I've made, you can look in the video description below and you'll find a nice little layout of the rules, and you may even find a link to a nice little page that I can make for it. So I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to have to start coming up with some awesome puppy names pretty soon, so you can feel free to leave them down below, and I will see you guys in just a moment. Hello everyone and welcome! So we are here! As you guys saw, we are starting the 101 Dalmatians challenge and I am so excited! A lot of careful thought went into writing up the rules for the challenge so that hopefully we'll be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy watching all of the puppies be born, but we won't feel like some sort of horrible puppy mill. We'll feel like we're actually raising a lot of really quality dogs and teaching them how to be wonderful members of the community and giving them the skills they need to go out in the world and be loyal canine companions to other Sims families. And so what you guys saw in the background while I was showing off all the rules and giving you guys some of the details was Pongo right here. This is Pongo, the male dog of our first breeding pair and the companion, the loyal canine companion of his master, Roger. So let me show off Roger and Pongo to you guys real quick. Roger, I think we'll give Roger a minute. He's actually in the bathroom right now. But Roger is exactly like Roger from the 101 Dalmatians movie. He's pretty kind, but he's a little bit of a distracted bachelor, like probably won't end up finding someone and falling in love unless Pongo decides to come over here and help him. So their last name is Dearly because Dearly is their last name in the shows, in the movies, and Radcliffe is their last name in the book, I think? No, in the first show, excuse me. But in all the other like live shows, and I kind of want to rewatch 101 Dalmatians now. In all the others, they are called Radcliffe or Dearly, and in one they're called Radcliffe. So I decided to give Roger here the last name of Dearly, and Anita has the last name of Radcliffe. Oh, what do you think, Pongo? Are you reacting? Are you reacting to Dad? But let me show you their traits really quickly. Oh, is he guarding his food? He's guarding his food. That's adorable. Roger here is a music-loving aficionado, which is exactly what he was in the 101's animated Dalmatian movie from Disney. And I tried to make him look as Roger-esque as possible, and I'll tell you what, it is hard to get a big old schnoz that doesn't look horribly comedically schnozzy on a sim in Sims 3. So this is my attempt at making Roger, and he's got the longer face and the more pointed chin and the big giant nose. I tried to stick his ears out a little bit. I probably could have done better if I had custom sliders, but I'm still a Sims 3 newbie, so we're going to take it nice and slow. But Roger loves music. In the animated movie, he could really play a whole bunch of different musical instruments, and he was a music writer. That's what he did. And fun fact, in the book, he was actually like a mathematician, so he did something with math that made him really like able to take care of himself, but it was kind of a private, lonely career. He didn't really have a lot of interaction socially. He just had his dog Pongo. He could have been a bachelor forever if Pongo hadn't intervened, and so hopefully Pongo will be able to intervene this time. But yeah, Roger totally loves music. That's what he's working on right now, is his love of guitar. He is trying to like learn his guitar skill. He wants to learn drums. He wants to learn the drums skill. I've never had a sim have the drums skill before, so this is going to be really interesting. And as far as his personality goes, he likes pop music because I didn't change that, so these are things he just kind of naturally came with. Enjoys hamburgers, so we might have to get a grill for him in the future. And his favorite color is aqua, which is very suiting considering the kind of house he lives in. He's family oriented. He is a virtuoso, so that means that he will learn music instruments much faster than other Sims, and he can get more tips and cash from playing at venues because Sims love his music. So that's to try to help him out with the musical side of things. He's also very ambitious because I always got the ambitious vibe from Roger in the movies as well. And he's also very artistic, so he's kind of like an all-around artsy guy, but his one like lifetime wish is to be a one sim band. So he wants to have a mastered both bass, or all of the bass, guitar, drums, and piano skills. So we're gonna have a really like active musical household, and it would be really cool to see if Anita learns a music skill in the future, and what Anita wants like her traits to be. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And he's also a dog person, so that he can bond quickly with his loyal, wonderful dog Pongo. So Pongo, he is a genius, adventurous, and loyal, and he doesn't have any other skills just yet. I don't think he even has, yeah, well, he's got a little bit on the hunting. Look at that. So we had him study hunting while I was doing the video overlay earlier, and apparently he's already up to hunting level 3, which is fantastic. Lifetime happiness, not bad. He wants to find a gem, and he wants to find a medal, so he kind of wants to come and find special things to bring back to his dad, which I think is really cool. So we have these two, and in the world, already in this world, actually living in this household right here, is Anita Radcliffe. So Anita lives here with her dog Perdita, and we haven't met them yet. We haven't gone over to their house yet, and I'm going to kind of keep them a little bit of a mystery until we do manage to get over here and meet them. I think at some point later in this Sims day, we might walk this way and see how they're doing. We are in a completely custom neighborhood, again, because I love the custom neighborhoods, that has been upgraded to handle Island Paradise. We've got diving spots, we've got like the little trash heap area, we've got lots and lots of parks. There's like a kitty park. We're right next to the dog park. I didn't intend to do that, but we actually moved in right next to the dog park. There's a really cool Blue Acres park up in the hills. There's lots of like little bars you can go to. There's some little islands. There's even little island houses where you could have your little port. Over here, as you guys remember, one of the big things for this place is that in the future, the goal is to move them out to a farmhouse. So over here is the farmland where we are going to have Anita and her husband Roger move after they get married. And I have not looked at any of these because, like I said, this is an awesome custom world from mysimsrealty.com, I think it's called. I'll try to remember to put a link in the video description below of where I got the world, because it's beautiful. It loads very quickly. It's covered in pretty. It's kind of got like, see, we've already got like a little garage barn. With chickens! Yes, I love the chickens. A nice little house that we could buy right here. And then we could turn this into where we try to raise our dogs. And it's got like a really nice little pond. It's got some really nice acreage. Oh, it's so pretty out here. But yeah, that's the goal, is to try to move the whole family out here, so we've got plenty of room to try to raise 101 puppies. Look at how pretty this place is. Even the little fairy, like cottage of the fae is kind of hidden away, so you can integrate that like supernatural bit with everything else. But we do have supernaturals turned off. So supernaturals are not available in this world. They won't be showing up on their own, at least. And we have the celebrity system turned off because this is going to be more about the laid-back daily farmish life of Roger, who doesn't even know what kind of like farming plans I have for him, and his dog Pongo. And so I think what we're gonna do is we'll have Pongo roam around. And what we'll do is we'll have Pongo meet Perdita, and once we can find Perdita, if we can find her out in the world, that'll be like the first step. Then we will send Roger over to try to meet her. We don't want to take too long because we do have NRAS story progression going in the background, and people are already hooking up, so we don't want to miss our chance to get Anita and see that she got married to someone else, because that would be like an instant end to the challenge. So yeah, we'll do that. But alright guys, so this has just kind of been setting up the whole scheme of how we're going to be running the show, and hopefully we'll have a really fun challenge. And don't forget, we will be needing puppy names, so you can start leaving puppy names now if you want to. You can wait till we have puppies, and I'll make a big list, and we'll probably just select them randomly from the list, because we're going to have a lot of puppies to name, and it's going to be very exciting. But I will see you guys next time, and we will have Pongo start adventuring around while his reclusive, like focusing on his music sort of dad, will stay here. And hopefully Pongo can go and meet Perdita or Anita and introduce them to his dad somehow. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!